Absolutely, and it gets the same point across, definitely.
Precisely.
Now, in the same vein of the rapid shot, you were saying one of your favorite peripherals is the buckshot.
Yes.
Do you mind telling us a little bit about that really cool peripheral?
Absolutely. The buckshot is sort of the forebear to the rapid shot, but instead of trying to simulate a machine gun, our goal was to simulate a tactical shotgun. So again, it doesn't look like a toy. It's black. It's got a rubberized grip for the pump action slide, and I'm actually holding one in my hand right now. And if you can hear that. That's the pump action, and you could jam this thing really hard, and it's not going to break because it's meant for action. It's meant for intense games, and I'll empty a clip just so I can have the fun of reloading. Like the rapid shot, the analog stick is built into the back, so it's comfortable to reach. But we really wanted to keep the price down on this one, so the Wii controller goes right at the front of the barrel and plugs in there. But because of the connection, you still use the trigger for your B trigger, and it's not a sort of pull the trigger effect. It's actually an electronic signal. So you have a very smooth firing trigger and pump action motion, which makes it just a blast to work with. And at the show, we were running House of the Dead, and we had the machine gun hooked up with the rapid shot, and the automatic shotgun hooked up with the buckshot. And we just couldn't get people off the sets because they wanted to spend the whole day just blowing away zombies.
Yeah, it's great. And again, it ties back to your guys' diversity. You know, there's a submachine gun and there's a shotgun. It's like, pick your weapon, pick your favorite, and get in there and kill some zombies. And so definitely really cool.
Absolutely, and the buckshot is out right now. You could pick this up at your local retailer. If they don't have it, just ask them to visit innexinc.com, and that's INNEXINC.com, and they can place an order through us. And the rapid shot is arriving any week now, so you can expect that at stores before the end of summer.
Fantastic. Well, I definitely know I'll be picking one up. I was sold at the show, especially when the magazine clip popped out to reveal the batteries, and I was like, yeah, I got to have one.
Well, Jim, I'm sure I could send you a free sample, so don't worry about it.
That would be fantastic. In fact, I was thinking of I would love to do a video review of some sort on this peripheral to maybe tie into our interview or as a separate feature. So yeah, we could possibly talk more after the show. That would be great.
Great. Sounds fantastic.
Okay. Now, as classic gamers, we absolutely love every opportunity we can to play our original video game cartridges on their dedicated consoles. Can you share with us what Innex has done with their retro bit line of consoles and portables?
Absolutely. One of the most exciting products that we offer is the Retro Duo, and it is a console that has two slots, one for Nintendo games and one for Super Nintendo games. It's got two controller ports. It's got a super video cable, also an air vent, so you don't worry about overheating. I know there was a problem with a lot of original consoles after so much time, but these are new. These are right off the assembly line, so game for 30 minutes just to play some classic Nintendo action. And the Wii console is great. The Virtual Console is great on the Wii, but there's a lot of games you can't get. Classic like Mike Tyson's Punch-Out isn't available, and just the act itself of slamming in one of those great cartridges into the Retro Duo is a fantastic experience. And we have retro parties all the time, and I'm sure a lot of your listeners have, big stacks of cartridges that, you just can't play anymore because you can't find a system that works well enough to play it on. Well, that's what the Retro Duo is all about, which is exciting for me, and I think it's exciting for retro gamers everywhere.
Yes, agreed. Like you said, so many of us, even people who maybe have grown out of them or have switched to the new stuff, they'll stumble upon an old box of games or something. One of our other, my co-founder actually, Tony B, he recently stumbled upon a box of his old Atari 7800 games, and so it's great that. And then a lot of times you'll be like, oh, well, I don't have a system to play this on, and so again, go down to your local game store and pow, there's a gaming machine you can get and hook up and play. As great as emulators can be, to catch up on games, it's still nothing like having it connected to a TV and a dedicated gaming console of some sort to play the cartridges. And again, it's just that old school gaming feel of yesteryear that you can really only fully get by popping in the cartridge and playing them a lot like you did.
Exactly. And you get all those wonderful grammatical errors that were in all the original Nintendo games. It's the original ones, and you'll see boxes of them at like swap meets or garage sales because people think the games are broken. The games are hardwired, and if you just have some rubbing alcohol and a Q-tip, you could clean those connectors. It's the consoles that are failing. So you could pick up these games for like a dozen for $20, go home and get a Retro Duo and play them all, and they work and look great.
Absolutely. And there was a feature I believe you were mentioning about an input, an SVHS input that used. Now, does that enhance the picture, or does it just give you like to take away lines of resolution, the lines, the squiggly lines that can come across the screen with older stuff?
Well, the situation is now that so many people have high-def TVs, and you're trying to play. If you're trying to play a 8-bit game on them, it's going to look weird. Yeah. So we included a super video cable, so that helps up the quality enough. So it's not just a standard AV cable. It's the yellow, red, and white connectors. But with the super video, you are able to upgrade the image. But it is so weird playing a game like the original Metroid on a full 1080p plasma screen. And it's like, wow, this is bizarre. Because, like most of us, we're playing on tubes, in the basement, and you never realize just all the detail that's there in some of the graphics, and just the work and the dedication that a lot of these amazing pioneers put into their games, and little touches that you wouldn't even realize otherwise. So just on that alone, I'd really recommend people to revisit their old collection, and you'll find something new every time you play a game.
That's awesome. That is a great feature. Again, it gives the player the choice to enhance their games. A lot of gamers are finding that on Xbox Live and such. They just recently released Earthworm Jim revamped in HD, and it looks gorgeous. So I mean, it's cool that to have that option if players do want to see it kind of enhanced on their HD TV, and in return they'll give them a different way of playing their old favorites in a sense with the up graphics.
Absolutely.
So word is Innex has a new retro gaming system coming. I know you're not allowed to talk about it, but should we be getting excited? Should we be pacing the floor for this device?
You should be pacing the floor and getting very excited. Awesome. I'm sure your listeners are very smart. Just imagine the Retro Duo, and what would make it better? I'll ask you. If you do anything with the Retro Duo and make it a better console, what would that be?
Oh, wow. Well, a lot of stuff are coming into mind, because I'm like, if it's a Sega Genesis one, it'd be sweet if it was like a Sega CD add-on. TurboGrafx 16 would come to mind, a slot to play a TurboGrafx 16 Hue cards. So I have a lot of stuff rattling around in my mind.
I think those are all fantastic ideas, and I cannot confirm or deny any of them, but if you get my meaning, they're fantastic ideas. And
yes. Well, I'm definitely excited, and I know our viewers will be too, so we're definitely keeping an eye out on that.